Hey, lovely people. I hope and pray that you're doing amazingly well. I'm very happy, excited to be here, and today I would like to share with you guys about how my perception of God affected my relationship with Him. And I would like to start by sharing this quote with you, which I really love. It says, "When somebody loves you for who you are, it makes you want to be better." I love it so much. Unfortunately, I don't remember who the author of the quote was. I tried to find it online. I can't seem to, because I read it many years back and it just kind of stuck with me. When somebody loves you for who you are, it makes you want to be better. That is so true. And it has applied to me in my relationships with people. And today it applies with me in terms of my relationship with God. Now, when I was younger, I was always very attracted to the gospel. Whenever I would hear the word being preached, I would always want to listen. Kind of had a soft spot for God. I've always had a soft spot for Him, if I can put it that way. And so I would always be very eager to surrender my life to Him. But shortly after, I would go back to my old ways. I would backslide, basically. And now I know why. It is because at the time I gave my life to Christ because I was afraid of burning in hell. It was just that simple. I I was told that if I don't surrender my life to Christ, and something could happen to me on my way back home, maybe a car hits me and I die or whatever, I would spend eternity in hell. And obviously I do not want that to happen, so I would say, Lord, I surrender my life to you. I don't want to burn in hell. And so it it became, Christianity for me at the time was just a series of do's and don'ts. As soon as I surrendered my life to Christ, I was told, you have to stop doing this, you have to stop doing that, this is what you have to do, this is, and so it was so legalistic, basically. And it became like a chore for me. It became like something that was against my nature. I wasn't myself. And so I was kind of unhappy, if I can put it that way. So that's why I found myself, always going back to my old ways. Even though somewhere inside of me, I had that soft spot for God. Like God kept nudging me somehow. But the do's and don'ts just kind of turned me off. So yeah, fast forward a few years later, I finally surrendered my life to Christ, and this time around, God sent some amazing people into my life. They held my hand, and they really taught me what God was all about. And so this time around, I did not surrender my life to Christ because I was afraid of burning in hell. Yeah, of course, hell is real. As Christians, we need to keep that in mind. But that's a different topic. So this time around, I came to know God from a place of love, from a place of grace, from a place of mercy, from a place of gratitude. And it changed everything about my walk with Christ. Back to our quote, when somebody loves you for who you are, it makes you want to be better. Looking at the love that God had shown me, looking at the protection, that He had provided me throughout my life, looking at the forgiveness, looking at all the things that He had done for me, even when I did not deserve those things, I was like, oh my goodness, how much more can somebody be shown love? I remember John 3:16, when for God so loved the world that He sent His only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in Him will not perish but have eternal life. That's a Bible passage that as kids we used to recite left and right, but it's only as an adult, after truly surrendering my life, that I understood the magnitude of that Bible passage. And now, seeing that God loved me so unconditionally, even when I did not deserve to be loved, when God forgave me, even when I did not forgive others, God was there for me, even when I was not there to do His will, even when I was not there for my brother or my sister. looking at all that unconditional love surrounding me, I mean, it's like, whoa, how else? I mean, what can I do to show God that I'm thankful? What can I do to make him understand that I'm his? Because Hebrews 11:6 says, without faith we cannot please God. So basically, I just had to surrender my life to him. I just had to say, Lord, take control. Lord, I trust you in everything that I do. With all that I am, I want to serve you. I want to do the things that you want me to do, and I don't want to do the things that you don't want me to do. That is my way of showing you that I love you. And now this time around, it wasn't a series of do's and don'ts for me. It was just about, I love him, so I'm going to pray. I love him, so I'm going to study the word. I love him, so I'm going to share my faith with others. I love him, so I'm going to have faith in him. I love him, so I'm going to trust him. I love him, so I'm going to surrender everything to him. And that has sustained me, because now it is from a place of love. It's from a relational point of view. It's from a relational perspective. It's no longer from a legalistic perspective. And so I just want to plead with you guys, if you're watching this, and if you were like me, if you are like my teenage self back in the day, thinking that God is this, series of do's and don'ts. Christianity is legalistic. It's constraining. It's. I would just want to plead with you that you pray to God and ask him to reveal himself to you as this God of love, as this God of mercy, as this God of forgiveness. And I have faith that God, being the kind and merciful, loving God that he is, he will definitely reveal himself to you. He would send people to hold your hand. He will send people to minister to you. And he will change your heart. And from that time on, from that point on, you would learn to approach him from a place of love. And it is that love that is going to fuel your walk with him, your relationship with him. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful relationship. It's a beautiful walk. Proof of that. So guys, I pray that this video will bless somebody. And I pray that you keep believing God for, everything pretty much. And keep praying, guys. Keep praying and keep loving, because he never stops loving. All right, guys. God bless you. Real good.